3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, Retro.
Yeah, man.
This shit hit.
Yeah. Hard-coded in December on the grind 365. Guess I'm a different type of winner. I remember days when I had them chicken strips for dinner. Now that's killing avocado. Got my body feeling slimmer, but my pockets big. I'm really trying to ball out. They wanna block the kid. They trying to stop assists. But I can never let them take my glorious beauty and the pain behind my story. Let's take them back to the days when I was reacting and everything that was happening kept me living in lag. Never had the ambition, man. All I had was the pay. Claiming it's inspiration, but really just to distract me. Dreams, they took a backseat. I had to find my own way. My daddy died when I was 16, still remember the day. I barely cried at the funeral, filling up from the 8. Got food for thought, but it was enough on my plate. Shit, I was trying to be great, now it's panning out. Whole city fanning out. Every time I drop, them bitches pop like when them hammers out. I've been on my own 10 toes, like what you mad about? Did this shit from the muscle and never took the scammer route, I'm chosen. All got body, essence ethereal. Came a long way from having roaches in my cereal. Now my views imperial, as real as it gets. I'm out in Berlin, chilling, or I'm home at the Ritz. Whoa, listen, man. Episode 4, man. We are back, man. Faneet the podcast. We are in full effect, man. That was Song of the Week, man. Won't Look Back by me, man. Won't Look Back by Eazymelow. Out now. All streaming platforms. Go tap in now, man. But besides that, man, welcome back, man. Faneet the podcast, episode 4. We are here, man. It's your host, Eazymelow, man, with the coolest niggas in the world, man. Got LL Cool Skates to my left, man. What's up, man?
Feeling victorious.
Yeah, man, lift that joint up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we got
keep falling.
We got my man Swank with the bank on the far left,
what's
man.
poppin', y'all? What's
man?
poppin'? I'm glad to be back. Glad to be back, man. What up,
Listen, man, we here, man. We back again, man. How y'all feeling, man? How's your week been going, man?
So far, so good, bro. You know, you definitely helped me with this detox we've been on, man. Pushing through that. Definitely found a lot of clarity and just staying away from certain Faneets, man. Staying away from certain Faneets it's brought a lot of clarity into the ethos and manifested a lot of the stuff we wanted. So
yes, sir.
That's facts, man. It's crazy. You never peep how when you start leaving certain Faneet alone, you start manifesting abundance.
Everything
yes, sir.
you want, bro.
Real rap, man.
Oh, God.
And it's like, I feel like the main thing too, man, is just like having a sense of direction, man. And once you start getting more clearer, you start having a sense of direction. And I'll give a shout out, man, to one of my mentors, man. Shout out to my man, Junkyard Cinema, man. This is a man, this man is, as far as direction, this man has helped me with my direction as far as videography, as far as life, man. Like, Junkyard has definitely put me on to a lot of stuff, man. I feel like mentorship is so key, especially like in our community. We have a lot of, we have a lot of mindsets and ideologies of just making it on your own and making it by yourself, but it really does take a village. You know what I'm saying?
Heck yeah, bro. I mean, Junkyard, he's a top shooter, bro.
Top shooter.
Top shooter. Man is making movies. Top shooter.
No
if you don't know about Junkyard Cinema, man, tap in. Put his gram somewhere on the screen.
Right.
Yeah, right there.
Listen, man, part of the county's finest, man.
Shit. If we talking about mentors, though, I got to bring up 2 of them that's been in my ear, man. DeJuan Williams from Nomo.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just started another nonprofit in West Philadelphia. Opened up another one coming soon, man.
Listen, man, black-owned business, man. We love to see it, man.
Yeah. And another one,
way.
Mike Africa Jr., bro. Another one who's just putting the knowledge in our ear, bro. As far as just staying focused, disciplined, and really looking forward to really like locking in with him on a different level in the physical. But
yeah,
bro.
And I'm gonna give a shout out to my OG, my OG Raf Zeno Zine Slice. His name is Raphael Xavier. One of the first people that like really took me in and like showed me the ropes when it comes to dance. But the man is 50 years old. He's shaped like Mr. Clean, got a crazy beard. No, real rap. Like 50 years old, still b-boy and doing one-man shows.
Oh shit!
Like won a Guggenheim Award. That's $100,000. Like,
oh, God
you feel me? Like doing one-man shows, man. Listen, tap in with Zine. Like you want to learn to break. Like every dope breaker. Shout out to B-Boy Box 1 who is representing the United States breaking team in the Olympics this year.
Oh, shit.
Learn from Zine. Like B-Boy Hannibal, our entire B-Boy scene, like it all traces back to Zine. It all traces back to Raf Xavier.
Oh, I'm gonna have to tap in, bro. You know I love that shit.
Exactly.
Damn. Okay, word. Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, man. Mentorship, bro. It's so key. And because of that, man, because of how I've been blessed in my life, man, I try to give the knowledge back. I feel like we gotta just
we got to just drop our ego sometimes and not gatekeep information or not feel some type of way. It's like if you see somebody who truly wants it, who has the right intention,
Right.
you know what I mean? You got to be open and just sharing that. Cause
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how our mentors felt us. They felt our intentions was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Drop that game.
To piggyback off of that, bro, I think it's intention versus attention. I think when people understand you have good intentions or pure intentions or you're transparent about your intentions, it weighs so much more than getting or wanting attention. You know what I
Right.
mean? So many people want virality. So many people want to be buzzing or clout instead of getting maybe one follower at a time or taking
Right.
that gradual step every day. You know? One thing I saw on the gram earlier this week, I forgot who said it, but I think it was Andrew Tate. I can't stand talking about this dude. But basically, he was talking to some guy and he was like, "Man, I want sit-ups, but I want abs, but I don't want to do sit-ups. They're hard.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna take forever." And Andrew Tate was like, "Well, you don't deserve them. You're never gonna get them because the cool thing about having them, it takes a lot of difficulty to get it, and
Right.
that's the cool part about having abs. That's the cool part about having anything worth having is it takes some effort and
Right.
struggle to get there. So we gotta work."
You wouldn't care if it was easy.
Exactly.
Everybody buys a new iPhone, right? And then 30 minutes after you buy it, it's like, this was just the same exact phone again.
Pretty much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No cap.
You feel me?
Yeah, bro.
I feel like that takes us to our next topic, which is like in regards to these media outlets. And this is no diss to anybody who's doing what it is that we doing on a higher platform, on a lower platform. Everybody's gonna get their money and they're gonna eat the way that they want to eat. But why is it that these media platforms claim to be the staple of the culture, right? But then they don't represent the entirety of the culture. Like they represent the hip hop like aesthetic, like they represent hip hop. They talk about the hip hop drama. They talk about albums that flop. They talk about albums that take off and soar, right? But they don't talk about the other facets. Like I don't ever hear no interviews with b-boys. I don't ever hear no interviews with dancers. I don't ever hear any interviews with graffiti artists. And I feel like it's not because it's not marketable. And I've never understood that. Like, but I want to hear y'all take on it before I go in because y'all know I'm about to.
All right, well, see, my
Listen.
take on it is this. So, you know, when it comes to hip hop, you know, hip hop got to a point where, you know, with us, you know, our culture, we like to share everything.
Right.
And when we share everything to other people, to other cultures, I feel like we don't always share all of the knowledge with it, and we don't share we don't share the roots. Like, this is one thing that you taught me growing up that I feel like a lot of artists don't know. There are 5 elements of hip hop.
Heavy.
And it's like, if
Drop
you
'em.
don't know any 5 elements of hip hop,
Drop 'em.
b-boying, MCing, rappers for you new age kids, what I say, b-boying, MCing, graffiti art,
Beatbox.
DJing, and knowledge.
Knowledge. Yep.
Those are the 5 elements. And it's like, if you don't know that, which is some of these other cultures, some of these platforms might not be rooted in that, then they're only going to share whatever's the most trendy.
Copy.
If it's rapping, it's the most trendy. He can say something crazy and get some clout. They're gonna push that. They're not gonna push the b-boys and the graffiti artists and even the DJs who keep this shit alive. Without DJs, bro, like,
I was gonna say
Just started with a DJ in a park.
I almost put in beatboxing because even before the DJing, you had somebody on some, you know what I mean, just hitting your beat with their mouth, or on a lunch table for us back in Upper Darby when Clips dropped grinding. When that happened, every lunch table was scoring, bro. Niggas was going ham, pencils, pens, all that.
Not even just at that level. Like, imagine what it like on that level. Imagine what it was like in jail. Like, imagine what that felt like to niggas in jail who lived the grinding life for real. Like the 4.5 would get you in the game, like that type of life. But then like everybody in jail always like on the wall or some shit like that. Like
nah, that they were probably cooking in there, bro.
yeah,
real rap.
It was a time to be alive, no cap.
yeah.
But the answer to your question, in my opinion, I think is because these other platforms and media platforms, they may say the culture, rap, hip hop, but they're not truly rooted in that. And I feel like if you don't understand what the 5 elements are, and you don't understand what makes the culture, and you focus solely on just rap, I feel like it gets to a point where if you're only focused on rap because it's trendy, then you're only gonna focus on trendy rappers. You're not gonna focus on the artists who are really speaking their heart, or really
That's real.
been through different shit.
Let's
you know what I'm
break
saying?
down those 5 elements one more time.
Go ahead, Sk8z. You let the hip hop historian himself break them
So
down.
you got rapping, right? Spoken word As a matter of fact, word actually just means truth. Like we don't just say like word just to say it. Like it actually means something. Word means truth, right? The deepest form of truth. That started in places like church. You feel me? Then you got like breaking and the introduction of like ciphers, right? Which is spiritual in and of itself. If you've been in a circle, if you've been around the circle, you've all felt that energy, and you can either add to it or you can take away from it. But the goal is to try to keep that energy, right?
Right.
Then you got graffiti writing. Like the deepest saying that I've ever heard about graffiti writing is, if you ever want to know what's actually happening at any given place in time in any city, is to read the writings on the walls.
Whoa, that's a heavy one.
That's
Right.
crazy.
Also, graffiti writing started here, and a lot of people don't know that.
You know what? Between
I didn't know that either.
rap, hardcore rap,
Gangster rap,
rap.
like Schoolie D, PSK, Parkside Killers.
Shout out to Philly.
You know what I'm saying?
Come
like,
on.
but
That's
graffiti
heavy.
writing started here. Look up people like King Cornbread, the Crown, like the graffiti Crown. His biggest staple, and this was in somewhere in between 65 or 68. He had the balls to write that and to throw that tag up on the Jackson 5's jet.
Didn't know that.
Yes,
Holy shit.
Jackson 5's
Jackson
jet.
5's jet.
That's a hell of a
crazy.
You say
bro.
jet, you mean their airplane?
Like their airplane, bro.
he broke into the airport
Bro.
and said, "No, nigga."
Yes.
That's
Yes, that's
crazy.
wild.
He gets
The
5
cojones.
stars.
Yeah, he got
Look
5
at-
stars instantly.
Look up
That's
NM.
crazy. I didn't know that.
Look up NM. NM is responsible. One of the people I would say that set a legacy for graffiti writers that make tags that are the size of our bodies. Like you see pieces that are like crazy and big, but in Philly we write graffiti tags that are as tall as we are. And that's something that didn't transpire anywhere else. And then like, it's also the thing that's cool about graffiti writers is like anybody could be a graffiti writer. There's a crazy MF Doom type mystique to graffiti writing.
True shit.
And in this documentary was talking about how like, okay, so if you don't know what like having a full like run is or like a race, it's like if you like get on a bus, right? Bus or the train, every single wall that you see on that train
Is a run.
is a run. Like one person, you continuously see that tag, that's on purpose. Or that piece on purpose. He said like the mailman he found out was the nigga that had like a run.
Real shit.
Yeah, like
That's heavy.
it's a crazy
Come on.
mystique to graffiti, bro.
That's crazy.
Like, and then like dance, right? That's the next element. Movement, you know what I'm saying? Like the cool thing about dance, and it's so important that we showcase this now, is like niggas don't know that niggas don't know that the movie what's the name of that fucking movie?
Breaking?
No, not even Breaking. About all of the gangs in New York.
Warriors.
Niggas don't know that the Warriors was a real life event that was the catalyst of hip hop.
I found that out after the movie.
I didn't know
and
that.
It was bitching.
Yeah,
But if I knew
like-
that before it, I would have cherished it even
Bro,
more.
that was a
shit
real
hard.
life catalyst. And the thing that's so important to know about that is like that event was like, all right, the wrong nigga died and the rest of us can't die. We need something else so that we can find a way to bring a resolve. And right now with so many rappers dying, like that resolve doesn't happen.
We need
so
that.
it's important that we showcase that there's a way that two people can have a disagreement, come together, let all of it come to resolve without fighting, and everybody goes home safe. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
unheard of, bro. It's, I mean, I'm not
In
gonna
this
say it's
day and
unheard
age,
of.
like yeah, but
rare.
I feel like it's a lot of like TV's fault. And then like the other thing, my disappointment and my disagreement with other media outlets not showcasing these facets. It's like, okay, there's no drama. Man, I don't know if it's because there's no drama in these other facets, but it's like dance is as political as basketball.
True shit.
Like dance is as political as sports. Like
you just gotta watch it. You gotta be tapped in.
you gotta be tapped in and you gotta understand it. But also it's like it's a pastime.
Right.
Like breaking is an Olympic event.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
fucking Olympic event,
Yeah.
bro.
Right, it's in the
International, like not even just a national pastime, an international pastime. So it's no reason why these other outlets don't bring people on. Like I would love to hear Crazy Legs like input on what he thinks the culture is on like the Breakfast Club
Or Salah.
or Salah or you know what I'm saying?
Hold on,
like
hold on. Did we hit every element though? That was
we talk dance, we talk rap, we talk graffiti writing. DJing, like another thing that people don't know about our city and like the DJ culture here is like there are so many legendary scratches that were here, like DJ Cash Money, like started here. So much of the culture started here, and it's not to take any credit away from New York and other places within the tri-state that also like were dope and did what it is that they did. But it's like I feel like because New York is the capital, they just had the push commercially to say, all right, this is it. Like, put it on TV.
Right, and they all elevate, and
Exactly.
it changes over time as well. Because I even remember as a kid just hearing DJ Diamond Cuts or DJ Touch It Tone. I can't see, God damn it, like that shit for me, bro, was everything coming back off the commercial break. You know what I mean? And know who was really spinning his shit. It was different.
Right.
And you knew every with every DJ they had different styles.
Yeah.
So y'all know Red Bull BC1 was here this year?
Yeah.
Like the World Finals was here. That happened like last month.
Which one?
No, I
Which
sent
final?
you that, John.
Like the
sent
B-Boy
you that,
Finals
John.
was
The
here,
B-Boy
bro.
Finals?
Yes, that shit
How
was
did
here.
niggas not hear about it?
I think Blanco has something to do with that too. I think
Where's
he
the
performed at that
marketing,
joint or
bro?
something.
Bro,
Where's the
like-
marketing? Where did they perform
But
it?
that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
So
where
it's
was
like,
where was it held?
I think it was at Ray
It
Street
was at.
here.
It was
Remember
like,
me and you
it
was
was
supposed to
attached to
slide?
Rec Philly,
Yeah, Rec Philly did something. I think
Yeah.
Blanco had pulled up
Wait.
with them or something too.
It was at Rec Philly.
which means it was like attached to the convention center somehow. I didn't go because I had some other shit to do. I couldn't get out of work. But yeah, bro, like
Bro, I've been watching that for years, for probably a decade. And they came to Philly and I didn't know about
I feel
it.
like
I'm sad
we
as shit.
allow
it goes back to the main
we
point.
allow
It's
too
not-
often.
Right.
Touching on what it is that you said, we allow too often to allow the TV to dictate what it is that we know to be true outside already.
That's fair.
We allow
facts.
so
we got the Russell growl.
Let it off.
no, because it's like somebody like Uzi, right? 5 years ago, right, was famous for saying what?
Right.
Bro, these young niggas not coming up here saying that, bro, niggas is not breaking on cardboard no more. When this nigga, I just want to rock, right? What is that rocking? Juju rocking, right?
Top
Where
rock.
does it come from?
Top rock.
Top rock.
Yeah.
Nigga, you're a B-boy, and I don't
is.
understand. I don't know if it's, he gotta know.
No,
Like,
he does.
I don't know
He
if it's
does know.
because I don't know if it's because it's not popular to say it publicly, but it's like, bro, like you did a flare in the video and you dissed B-boys. Like
Yeah.
that,
In a way.
in a yeah,
I don't think he fully understood it though, bro, because he is of a
that's
younger
why I say I don't
generation.
understand.
Yeah.
He really understood it,
not.
but
But
that's why
he
I
does
say
get busy though. And
he does, and that's the reason why I say it's important not to let the TV dictate what it is that we know, because confusion, right? With confusion and with marketing, if you can rename anything and resell it in a different way, you can always make money off of that, and that's what happens continuously on and on. And I mean, things like progress over time, like things
Right.
always elevate, but it's like at the same time, at some given point in time with Sankofa, you got to stop and say, you know what, this is what this actually is, and this is where it came from. It always, like, something intrinsically forces you to go back to that, which is why I think Uzi is doing I Just Want to Rock. Like, I gotta get
makes
us back to
sense.
my city.
It makes sense.
I
right,
gotta get us back to my city.
real rap.
And shout out that song in general, but
Shout out to Uzi, bro.
Shout out
Like,
to Uzi.
yeah,
but we
like,
talking
yeah.
DJs too. Shout out to Ja the DJ, man.
Yes,
He's
Yeah,
been
man.
going
shout out
ham.
Ja, man. He's been going
Touring,
stupid for
going
years.
ham, going ham.
He's like Ja has some of the best mixes that I've seen, like in person, like in real life.
His
Yeah,
turn up
bro.
in general, and even
Right.
as an individual, bro, that nigga is hilarious. Bro.
Yeah,
that
bro.
nigga's a funny boy, bro. Real
Like,
rap,
yeah, bro. It's like,
light energy.
and I feel like, you know, it goes back to what we talked about last episode, man. I feel like I want us to be able to provide these different platforms to do that. You know,
Absolutely,
the platform, all right, Faneet the podcast, we having fun, we joking, but this is the knowledge aspect of hip hop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna tell some jokes, but we're gonna drop some game. We want to give y'all some value. We want to give you artists up and coming some things you can actually use. We want to give you people who aren't artists some insight to look at your businesses differently.
And we can do it. And when we say it, like it's not coming from a place of somebody who didn't do research, nigga. We do it all, like
Yeah.
from the alternative and rock side to hip hop to dance. Like it's here. Like it's not coming from an ugly place. We're not here for a cash grab. Like,
Facts.
but I feel like that also brings us to our next topic, which is you touched on like giving artists like the gems, right? Like, do you feel like faking it till you make it is still necessary? And what do you feel about the concept of finessing it until you manifest it? And like, does it actually work?
To be honest, I think so. Faking it till you make it, you know what I mean? People have been doing that for years. And to some degree, depending on what tier you're faking it, it can work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I give you an example. Like back in the day, you know, in the county, we had a homie, you know, somebody from the high who was telling niggas that he was signed. He had a deal.
Right.
And his goal was to get a certain amount of attention off of that. And granted, he got some attention, but it didn't do much versus the people in the county who were like, damn, he got a deal. I don't got a deal. Damn, I just got to go harder. I got to put that work into into the craft. So I feel like manifesting it is, I don't got a deal, but I'm gonna work hard so I don't need a deal. Or I'm gonna work hard until I get something that's right. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's really about setting forth that intention. Cause you sent me a joint the other day, somebody that we know, in the scene is like, I just got 30K plays on Spotify. We're not coming at it by, we know that's not that's not true.
Instagram don't match that.
We know that's not true. And I was telling Sk8z,
that's okay.
And it's okay.
Fine, right.
That's okay.
And what I was telling is like, artists and people, instead of faking it till you make it, instead of buying the crazy thing to look like you bull, instead of getting the fake views, take that money and put it into something that's actually going to retain.
Right.
The amount of money he spent getting those ads or bots, whatever he did, he could have reinvested that into the music. He could have reinvested that into the brand to make it stronger. I'd much rather people see me and my brand and be like, wow, this is dope, than to see a fake 10K plays on a song and then my everything else just looks like it's not together.
Yeah.
You know
Not just
what I'm saying?
that, like labels, if your goal is to sign to a major, because everybody's definition of success is different, and we touched on that a little bit. But like, if you are trying to sign to a major, labels can tell, like, okay, this doesn't look right. They immediately look at your Instagram and they look at your branding. They can say, all right, like, all of these comments don't look real the same exact way we can tell, all right, your comments don't look real.
Thanks.
But it's actual tools that can tell, all right, these playlists that you got in aren't actual, they're actually just all bots listening. Like, it's ways to, everybody can be able to tell that now. So it's no secret. And that's also not to say that everybody ain't faking it, because even people in the majors right now
Talk about it.
crazy faking it.
Listen,
like
bro.
running up them streaming farms because they either gotta get the money that they need to be able to have the budget for the next project. Like, it's sad to say, but Danny Brown is stuck in a situation where he can't make music because he owed from the first like project. I was watching his interview that he was saying it this week. He said like he had a 70K budget or something like that. He went over budget, spent like 120K between samples and then like getting it mastered and shit like that. So like, it's sad to see
So he's
people
still trying
getting,
to recoup that.
right. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy though. It kind of brings it back full circle to that theory of intention versus attention again.
Yeah.
Because most of the time when people want these likes, want these followers, it's to look like you're bull.
Right.
It's the attention. It's the attention grab. And honestly, the way law of attraction works, it doesn't work that way. You don't have to say you have it to get it. You know what I mean? You can literally start from the mud and get shit popping. It's too easy to get shit popping, to be honest. People want a lit moment or a lit person.
Right.
And the hardest thing about most people is like, how do I keep people interested? Talk about something interesting. What you're interested in. If you're a freaking math magician,
that goes
you know
back
what I
to
mean?
setting the intention.
Exactly.
Whenever, and I instill this to everybody I know, like, and thank God they understand and they get it and they on the same wavelength. When you set your intention to be something that's higher than yourself, for instance, in our most viral clip that we had, I started rapping not because I wanted attention from girls or money or none of that. I started rapping because it taught me how to talk, right? Because I had a stuttering problem. When you set your intention higher than yourself, everything normally just falls into place. It's one of those things where it's like, if you start walking and you set a goal and you get tired, like you're going to get tired if you set a goal, but if you just enjoy the journey along the process, like you'll walk a much longer time, or you'll run a much longer time. Like it's that kind of thing. But like on the other side, I understand it as well. Like Rapper's Delight was one of the first songs, right? Not only was that a bite off of Grandmaster Caz, like they stole his book and like stole the rhymes out of that, but
Some GTA Mad Dog type
right.
shit.
Also,
crazy.
like the one boy was like, I got a Lincoln Continental and a sunroof Cadillac. Never had that. They was broke as shit in the projects.
So,
But it also like manifested itself into getting them where it is that they needed.
so the
Now,
finessing to manifestation phase is what you're saying. That can actually happen.
it can, but what I also was going to say is normally when that happens, right, the turnout for them is very limited. Like it's very small. They made it to a crazy platform, but the contract and the deal that they signed was one of the most horrible contract deals that you ever, like in history, one of the worst contracts that you ever have, and all of them are doing bad right now.
Damn.
When you look at people like 6ix9ine, he's doing bad right now.
Right.
Like, look at his Twitter right now. I don't know if y'all ever seen that. He
He's
can't even
stressed
get like 20 to 30 likes or
Stressed
retweets.
out.
Like,
Yeah, it's a bad joint.
it's bad. Like
It's a
his brand
bad
is
joint.
hurting right now,
just-
and he can't come back from it.
But and that just goes into what we were talking about earlier. When you are when you're finessing, like they said I got a Cadillac, yada yada. If you're making music and you're talking about I'm riding in this and you're not, that's one thing. But if I'm having a real life conversation with you and I say, yeah, bro, I got a Cadillac. Oh, word? Cool. Where's it? You know, it's in the shop. That's different. You know what I mean? That's completely. If I tell somebody, yeah, bro, I know whoop-de-whoop and he can do this. And then you get into a position where niggas pull your card and it's like, oh, I thought you knew whoop-de-whoop. Well, I don't know him yet. Like,
even down to like gangster rap too. We was talking about that, the origin being here in Philly, but even with people's ethos, you know what I mean? Like I do rap on tracks and I talk about some serious stuff, but I watch what I say, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because we see too many rappers manifest their own demise.
Bro, we can have not just that, we can have a whole podcast episode in and of itself just on how many things Kanye manifested through what it is that he said.
Yeah, man.
Like
we
good and bad, mostly bad now. Like it's like
Yeah.
I think, and I was joking with Easy earlier. I was like, I think that's why the nigga just doing gospel now. Like, man, this shit keep coming true.
Yo,
Jesus is Lord. That's all I'm saying.
hey, look, if that's true, it's true, man. It is
Like
what
Jesus
it
is Lord. That's all I'm saying from now on.
No, he's saying a lot of wild shit. I don't want to stay on Kanye.
Yeah, we
too
not talking
long,
about. We
'cause
not.
he
No.
Faneet.
Yeah.
But bringing it back to the main convo, though, we were talking about finessing to manifestation and also understanding that what is your idea of finesse? Because some people look at finessing as like jugging or hitting licks. And
Right.
we live in a city
Yeah.
where it's like you could finesse and hit licks and do all that all day. But also, if you pure hearted and you just want to talk to people and let them know like, yo, this is what I want, this is what's up, it's going to come back.
I
Even
feel
when you
like
put it out there.
That's fact.
Yeah, I feel like people took finesse and turned it and manipulated into something as like getting somebody.
Right.
When in reality, finessing really is like making use, as I was saying in the beginning, making use of the elements that you have right around you,
Right.
and exhausting them. When you look at something like a Tim situation,
Right.
like, and we can pull up a picture of her studio or whatever, but I don't even think she had no KRK monitors. KRK is like the yellow cone monitors that you popularly see in like hip hop and shit like that. But she had like 2 regular speakers, just her laptop, and then like a chair with broken legs on it, and she would sit on the floor to cook up.
Wow.
And made it to be Grammy nom, made it to a BET award.
Yeah, her voice.
feel me?
Her voice, by the way.
Cloud
bro.
Atrium.
Another one.
Another
Now
one.
listen, bro. I've watched. I've lived with Brody for a little bit, bro. I
Listen,
literally
man.
watched that dude cook up on a broken laptop.
Exactly.
Plug it up
Yeah.
to another laptop just so we could see the screen and all that. Like
Listen,
He's getting
finesse
busy.
guy, bro. No
He's
cap.
getting busy.
Eli Capella.
Another one.
I
Making
met
it work.
Eli. We gotta bring him on. I met Eli. Like, it's funny as hell. I met him. He came up to me and was like, "Yo, like, I don't like you." And I was like, "Time out. What the fuck is going on?" He was like, "I don't like you because of that Terminator X sample." Right?
Ooh.
And he was like, and I was like, "But I did it justice." And he was like, "That's what make me not like you more."
Right.
But like, I fell in love with bro. Like bromance type shit. Like, that's my bro. Like,
that's
I might
fine.
hurt somebody seriously for that. That's my little nigga, bro. But like, his grind is impeccable. Like,
It is.
I've never met somebody that was like, yo, like, I don't have the money, but I'm about to go Uber Eats on a bike for like the next couple weeks just to have money to buy beats from you, bro.
And even if y'all don't know who we talking about, it's
Like-
the dude who be downtown rapping.
Rapping
Rapping his ass
his
Rapping
off.
his ass
Freestyling.
off, bro.
Like,
That's Eli.
cooking.
Bro, like, and that's the reason why all of the best things in life are going to happen for him, because his grind is insane.
Yeah, I'll never forget when I met Eli, bro. Like, I didn't have the biggest, warmest welcome with Eli, but I remember I was just like, I saw him at a show. I said, "What's up?" to him, I dapped him up, and he was like, "Yeah, I like what you're doing." I was like, "I like what you're doing too." Later on, I was like, I'm going to cook this man in a cipher. That's all I want. That's all I wanted.
Real rap.
And I was like, all right, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for my moment. Years go by. I'm talking 3 years go by. I wasn't even rapping the way he was rapping at the time.
Right.
After that one, we had a house cipher actually.
Yeah,
We had a
the
house
freestyle
cipher. That's
joint,
right.
yup.
We had a house cipher. He came through, bro. And I just remember I was just jogging.
Right there is a Faneet.
Oh God. Shameless plug. Oh God, bro. It was a phenomenal time though, dog. We had one of the best ciphers that night, man. Who else came by? Knowledge was in
Knowledge.
there.
Ray Moose came through.
Knowledge,
Ray
wherever
Moose.
you at, bro, we love you, man.
Love you.
We ain't seen
Big
you
ups,
in the
bro.
grip.
Big
We
ups.
want to hear from you, man.
Real rap,
Absolutely.
man. We had
Reek
Ray
Hell-
Moose pull through.
Reek Hella Smoke was in there too.
Rick too, man.
We had Mac Mizzle pull up.
Mac and his girl.
And his shorty.
And his
shorty
shorty,
had
Both
bro.
had bars.
Bars.
Both had bars. I
Scary.
was like, damn.
Scary. I don't even know her name, bro, but if we can She's another one. Him and her, bro.
Dangerous.
Spooky. It's
Griselda.
Dangerous,
spooky,
bro.
Oh my God.
I can't wait to hear that tape you working on with Sadu Gold.
Oh my God, bro. It's gonna go up,
Bro, I can't wait.
It's
I
gonna
cannot
go up,
wait.
bro.
I needs that. The world needs that, nigga. I need that.
Hey, listen. Even that night, I remember we were sitting there talking. We was like, it was very few people that we absolutely need to come here.
I need.
And I remember this dude Easy ducked off into his room, man, and prayed to the rap gods and was like, yo, I pray these motherfuckers show up because it's the pressure.
I did, bro.
It's
And
the
he's
pressure.
not bullshitting. I literally, before we had that little kickback cipher, I literally was like, listen, God, rap gods, higher power, universe, I need these specific people to pull up tonight. If these people can pull through, this cipher is going to be A1.
And you got to understand.
Everybody came. And I was
you got to
like,
understand,
yo.
Mac wasn't there the whole time, and I'm helping my little brother push his car off the block, right?
Yeah, because the car had gotten finished.
His car is finished. I'm pushing it off the block, finally get him rolling, hit him with the deuce, and I see this unlocked character walking down the street because it's dark.
Yeah.
And you know Mac walk, and I see Max walk, and I'm like, that ain't
Mac got a beans walk.
Yeah.
Beans state prop
He got
he got a paper soldier's beans type walk.
Yeah, bro. I had to double take because I was like, who the fuck about to rob me?
Yeah,
what's going on? And then I look, he comes into the light. He's like, yo, what's up? I'm like, oh shit. He showed up. You know what I mean?
And I think at that moment, Swank was like, damn, Easy's prayer works.
Right.
It worked. The last guy. And we probably rapped for another like 2 hours after that, bro. One of the most phenomenal nights we had on God.
Yeah, man.
But the energy, but the point of all this, man, like just the energy that the cipher brings out the people. That's the energy I want us to hone in. Like that era of hip hop. Even one of my managers at work, man, like, you know, he said he did like a little stint. He used to rap before he went in. He went in, you know, he found God. He became like a Muslim and stuff. And he said he's not into it anymore. But I was like, what you got, bro? He's like, humbly spits a crazy 16, too raw for the streets type flows.
I love
and I'm
Philly
just
for
like,
that, man.
damn.
That's the thing, man.
It's a lot of that here in Philly. But I
So
was bringing
much.
that up too, just the cipher in general, just because like that's what brought me closer to Eli. Like I got a genuine love for Bull. I got a genuine love for Knowledge, genuine love for Reek Hella Smoke,
Right.
Yeah.
Mac, all of them, bro. And I wish them all well.
I want to see all of y'all do well. Even if I want to see everybody do better than me. Not even just like I want to see y'all do well. I want to see y'all get further than I get.
Let's
Real
go.
rap.
If
bro.
I never go far, I want to see y'all get far.
That's
Like,
facts.
It's big facts.
Yes.
but I feel like the conversation on Eli, because we all love his hustle, we all love his grind, is like independence, right? And how independence is looked at as unserious unless you have like a radio presence.
Facts.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, why do you feel like that is? And do you feel like it's more lucrative in the long run? Just think about the people that we know.
Yeah, I was about to say.
You know what I'm saying?
Sit for a second.
Like, think about the people that we know, and then think about the other people who took a very long time to get their Grammy.
I mean, it's a very simple answer. They don't want you to believe you can do it by yourself.
Yeah,
It's that simple. Like the labels, the big powers, the TVs, the media outlets, they don't want to put the highlight and the shine on independent artists because they truly want you to believe, no, he blew up because we gave him the cosigner. He blew up because he was on our platform, which is not true. And it goes back to what Sk8z said earlier. Right. We can't allow media and TV to dictate what we know. If you know somebody's rocking shows every weekend, turn it up. You don't need a media cosign for you to know that they're it.
Real rap.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's a lot of that going on. And it's like they want to, you know, or they try to, after they put the bag behind somebody, they try to market them as independent. Like, oh, he's independent. You know what I'm saying? They kind of did it a little bit like with Chance in the beginning. You know, once he started really taking off, they were like, yeah, like independent, you guys can do this. And it's like,
so much to a point when like people start calling him a plant, or people start like pointing out other little flaws.
Right.
Because his archetype is the everyman brand. Like, he himself stood up and was like, no, nigga, I'm fucking independent. Like, this is my shit and I run it this way.
Yeah.
Like, this is my distro kid. This is my, like, everything.
And
You feel
also
me?
resources, bro. What rapper do you know that came in the game and just subtly mentions he knows Obama? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
just
he had
casual.
direct ties, and that's what I mean. Like, doing the groundwork. I much rather, and just even breaking down independence. What is independence to you guys? You know what I mean? And like, we could keep it short, but in my idea of independence, like being able to do most of it yourself, but if not yourself, with your own team, and creating leverage towards people who actually would pay for that. So let's say we have this podcast here. If there's a brand that will want to pay for their brand to be publicized on here, this is how you would do it. You start your own thing. You find in-house people to work with, your own resources. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's different types. You can find partners, independents. There's different type of contracts we could all find and sign.
Distribution deals.
Yeah. It's not all just be independent or sign this contract.
My definition of independence is freedom. So many artists, Meg Thee Stallion had this issue a while ago. They didn't have the budget to be able to support her if she put a single out because they wanted to be able to give it the push that it needed, not realizing that she had the fans that was going to make the shit go stupid by itself. So she released that shit by herself, and then it went stupid.
Heavy.
You so
I didn't know that.
For me, independence means having the freedom to do what I want to do when I want to do it.
Right.
Why I want to do it. Not having to reach out and go into a boardroom and explain what the fuck I want to do. Like, no, if I want to, it's so bad for some artists. Like, they can't even just get on the gram and like make a video about like this or that. Like, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna say no names, but like I've heard stories about artists for artists that is that bad.
Yeah, bro. I've actually dated artists. I dated an artist who literally was stuck in a deal and she had to make 2 to 3 records a day.
Yeah, bro.
And sit in the studio. And then that wasn't even dropped on her time. Like, they picked the singles. They pick everything.
They pick the singles. They pick everything. Like,
so I look at it like, if you guys know anything about businesses or your EIN number, you can have your own business or you can have a nonprofit. In a nonprofit, you have a board of directors.
Right.
And you have to answer to them. They help you pick stuff. When you have your own business, your own EIN number and everything, it's like its own social security number. It's its own entity. Yep. So with that being said, you control that, and that is it. Point blank, period.
Yep.
Everything comes back home to you. Now, when you have a nonprofit, not only do you not have full control of what goes out, but you don't have control of what comes in.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It has to all go
it's
through the board.
all delegated.
Yep.
Okay, so I just wanted to share that fact. You know, I know people have information or have knowledge on, you know, what independence is, but these are our perspectives.
Facts. And, you know, for me, it's like everything, you know, shout out to LaRussell.
Another one.
LaRussell he's a key player right now in showing what true, you know, independence is. Granted, he does have partnerships with Russ and he has another partnership, but even before that, building that own in-house team. You need to build a
whole family.
Yes, you need to build
shirts.
a team. You know, get your mama printing shirts or your homie, like those homies that really want to ride. The homie's like, yeah, bro, I need you to put me on. You want to get put on, bro? Help me make these shirts. You want to get put on, bro? Learn a skill that can help me get to the next level, because it truly takes a team. I feel like, you know, because we're in the age of social media and the age of the internet, anybody can learn how to do anything. So everyone's like, bet. You can just go ahead. I want to be lit. Everyone wants to be the lit rapper or the lit person. And it's like not understanding the really, really lit or whatever people you're talking about, they got a team. Whether they market it and show you the team or not.
And not a team full of rappers. Like a team full
of people.
A team of motherfuckers who just do one thing and they do that one thing good.
Great.
Or like you could be multi-talented and multifaceted, but we need you to do this one thing without losing focus because you got 15 other things going on.
It's facts.
Or having
You
people
feel me?
like us. Like, if you really look at it, like this dude Easy down here plays guitar, videographer, rapper. He wears different hats, but you're strong in those 3 different
He's
hats.
sturdy.
You know
Not
what I
just
mean?
not just strong in those hats, but like when you need him, he's accountable.
Right.
Yes, and that's the key word, accountability. In life, period, but especially in this. If you're doing music for the way we're trying to do it and you're really trying to make this a career, you need to be accountable. And you can't be accountable and say, damn, bro, I ain't had nobody to come to my show.
Right.
I didn't have anybody to capture the content. It's like, bro, any business, you're going to have to make investments. So and I feel it's time for certain people in the city to make investments. I see so many artists who got that PPP money and they got chains and they got watches and drips and y'all riding around in foreigns, but you get a nigga from Runaway to shoot your music video on an iPhone 8.
Don't got an email list.
Don't got an email list.
It's different, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's all about, everything we're talking about is full circle. Having the proper intention will get you to where you need to be. Investing the right amount of money and then having and building that team, that'll get you independent. So if you do want to get signed, if that's your goal, you'll be able to have it happen easier because you have your branding, you have your in-house team. You can make one call and say, bro, we're shooting a video next week. I need X, Y, and Z done, and you'll have the proper people to pull up.
Listen, and then the other half of the question was, is it more lucrative in the long run? So it's like, you got to look at it this way. Fabio Foreign, right? He signed for $6K.
Yeah, we
Signed
saw
a
that.
contract for
Crazy deal.
$6K.
Crazy,
That could have
bro.
been such a wow for Neat for him, but his buzz and his likeliness and his brand elevated him so crazy that he was able to turn that into a W.
Yo.
Right.
You feel me? Now that's not going to be the story for everybody. Rest
Hell
in peace
no.
to rest
That is
in
a
peace.
very special case.
Yeah, rest in peace to PNB Rock.
He had
He
a
signed a
horrible
deal
deal.
for $40K. Right? Them $100K deals don't come unless you got a crazy, and this is what we was saying, your likeliness and your brand, like the stronger your brand is, the more leverage you can get. He didn't have that much leverage. He signed a deal for $40K. That could have got real ugly. Like, because $40K, what people don't know is that advance is not just the money that you can, it's not play money. That's the money you got to spend to be able to rent tour buses out. That's the money you also got to spend on your advertising everywhere.
And you have to give it back.
And you have to pay it back with interest.
With ever the time. So the way it really works is it's like people,
a loan.
there's a
Depending on the deal.
Depending on the deal, but it's a misconception that it's a loan. An advance is, hey man, here's 40. A loan is, hey, here's 40K. You give me back 40K with interest. And an advance is, here's 40K. You give me back 40K. And then now everything you do, depending on the contract, there's a split. Whatever the split is, whether if it's 80, whatever, 50-50.
Yeah, it all differentiates.
The difference is, so it's like that advance is not just a loan. So it's like a lot of these artists, they'll get that money, they'll buy their mama house, they'll do this. And it's like, if they really not investing it in, they're going to be Faneet in 3 years. They'll have to change now. But when repossession time comes and that money is due and they got to recoup,
He said repossession.
they're going to have to take them Jones back. You feel me? So then that kind of brings us into our next point. When should an artist sign? If you want to get signed, if your goal is to have to have the biggest team, the distribution, to have the label in their machine do it for you, when do y'all think is a good time for an artist to seek getting signed?
I feel like when your leverage is so crazy, because you got to think about it this way as well. Like Master P was real big on this. Like if you sit in a meeting and they want to give you a couple M's, that means that you're worth 10 times that, right? So you can probably grind it out a whole lot longer by yourself and do it by yourself until you get to a point in a place where it's like, I know what I'm worth. They're going to give me exactly what it is that I'm worth.
Right.
Or you want to actually grind it out until you can get something like a distribution deal where this is the craziest contract that I heard was E40's deal. Like they can't collect shit until he already like collects something like 300K. Like after he pockets.
That's why I say everyone is different.
Yeah,
Like, every
like-
story I've heard
Right.
about these contracts, bro, it's kind of spooky.
Yeah.
Some
But you
niggas
wanna-
get the best end and some niggas get the low end.
You want a deal. You want a deal that benefits you, like to a point where like you'll be sitting well. Back to Lil Russell, like he said something that hit me. Like, damn.
He always saying some shit.
Like
that
earlier, they asked him
Yeah,
like, would he ever like sign to a major? And he was like, I've had the opportunity to like sign some really amazing deals. He was like, but I'll never sign. And he was like, the reason why I'll never sign is because it don't sit right in my spirit that you're willing to give me this amazing contract while offering somebody else a shit deal. Like I can't be in the same room knowing that you're doing my people bad like that.
that's heavy.
And I was like, damn.
He rocking solid, bro.
Super solid.
That's
But the
true.
other thing about Lil Russell, the thing about Nipsey Hussle, the thing about Master P, the thing about all of these artists, Mac Dre, the thing about all of these artists that never really needed a deal is they had a true following. Like it's a real big thing to say. Like if you got a true 1,000 followers, you don't need a label because that true 1,000 followers is going to come to you. Tours stops every time you make a stop. They're going to
Yep.
buy merch and like you can live just off of that. Like think
facts.
about that. If you
Touring and merchant.
by like times this by $1,000, $35 to $40 on a t-shirt, $65 on a ticket. Just that alone.
That's a bean and pop.
You feel me?
Exactly.
Like y'all do the math.
It's
Exactly.
100 racks.
You
Or-
can live on that. Like, and that's why I say everybody's definition of success is different. Like
Right.
it's a lot of artists that's living like that we don't know about. A lot of people don't know about Ryan Leslie, who gave Nipsey Hussle the idea to do the $1,000 or the $100 album.
Well, yeah, it was reading that book Contagious as well.
Yeah.
Which talked about the $100 cheese steak
Exactly.
with gold flakes in it.
Exactly.
But also understand why these things are priced there. Why that value can be there because you
Yep.
Right.
put the value in it.
Exactly.
So you got to understand, like, it depends on the music you might be making. If
Yep.
you don't have that value in your music, you might not have any type of leverage. you might not be able to get those fans in those rooms. So you might have to reevaluate some things. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
That's heavy. That's heavy. I
And
didn't know that though.
there was another video that me and Swank was watching last week, and it was pretty much explaining that there are 3 stages.
Oh man,
There are
That's a
3
good
different
one.
stages into where you are with your career, your craft, anything. And it was like, you remember the 3 stages, Swank?
Yeah. All right. So the first one is you are perfectly okay with the situation you're in, but it's not the situation you want to be in.
You want to be in.
Yep.
The second stage is you know you need to change things, but you're not quite willing to make those changes. And then the third stage is you now make those changes, and now you're confident in understanding you made those changes, and because you made those sacrifices, you have the confidence to stand on those things.
Right.
That when you sent me that video, bro, it was at a pivotal time. You know what time it was.
Yep.
And
Real rap.
that literally got me out of my seat, and I had to go sit down and talk to him because it was a mentality shift. My mindset felt like I had to step into that next realm, and it's a decision, bro. That's
Yes.
why I did mention earlier in this in this podcast that I recently did a detox from certain things, and those things really gave me clarity by just taking them away. I
Yep.
didn't need to go find anything. I didn't need to go buy anything. This time I actually needed to take things
Something
away
away.
from me,
Right.
separate myself from certain people.
Yep.
And I lie to you not, bro. Everything has been coming, not like super fast, but like I'm seeing the signs
Yep.
of everything I want coming in, and I have everything I need. I got y'all. You know
Yep.
what I mean? And
It's
we gravy.
because
That's facts. That's 100.
everything that's in your way spiritually is getting out of the way.
Yeah,
You're moving it out of your path.
real.
It's a blockage, bro.
And it's like you said about your I believe your uncle in the last episode, or one of the episodes, you gotta unpack these things
Yeah,
in your life.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like we carry a lot of baggage our whole life. Some people so used to carrying it, they don't even realize they got the baggage
Yeah.
no more. Like, damn, I didn't even know this shit was heavy. So when you start really diving deep and unpacking, damn, this person don't really care about me like that.
Yeah.
Damn, this person isn't around. They want to do this to me. Damn, this thing isn't doing what it used to do. Maybe
This-
back then it might have done something for me, but now as I'm here, this thing doesn't do the same thing.
I literally heard that same uncle breaking down that convo to my little brother this past holiday or whatever.
Damn.
And I was I'm cutting up kale and stuff in the kitchen. I'm listening to it. I'm like,
Vegan
hey,
niggas,
yo,
yeah, big.
listen to that man, bro. Because as I'm approaching 30, we have done the unpacking of certain things and started to pack certain tools we want, like breath work, like
Right.
eating right, like exercising. These
Meditation.
things are going to keep us not just like alive, but thriving.
Yeah.
Thriving. And I got to shout out my Uncle Roger, man. He definitely helped me push past a lot of stuff, man. Shout out to him. Much love for you, Unc.
As much as you can, like, chase the flow state. Chase that state of doing anything that you specifically love, not for money, not for anything, but because it makes you feel good, and it makes you tap into a subconscious where you just do things where you're in a zone. So like a lot of artists tap into a state where when they're drawing that they don't hear anything. Like that's the one big
Focus.
thing that's key. Like your focus is so zoomed in that you're not even really intrinsically focused on it, but you're doing it because it literally heals your mind.
Yeah.
Do
Like,
more
literally.
of that.
Like,
whatever that
It's listening
pocket
to
is.
music, if it's making music, if it's
As long as it's not toxic.
as long as
it's not
it's not toxic.
As long as you're not feeding yourself or
Right.
anyone else,
And it's
and
beneficial.
it's beneficial, do it.
Do it.
Because I feel like, and especially here in Philly, man, like because of I don't know what the cause is, but it's just we're at a point where there's a lot of niggas that are just too cool for a lot of shit.
I'm gonna be 1,000, bro. It's because there's so many bad habits from the earliest, even me just growing up, like from the earliest age of just smelling the cigarettes,
Yeah.
seeing the drinking, going to the
Yeah.
corner store, seeing the biggest Newport sign, you know what I mean?
advertising.
And realizing that without the great example, the mentors and all that, we just have the bad habits.
Right.
So as we hit these different points in manhood, I'm realizing to replace the bad habits with good habits.
Right.
Yep.
So now, if you go to
You
that,
got Faneet to Faneet.
you gotta finite
Gotta
the finite.
Gotta Faneet the
Faneet.
Faneet,
Literally
bro.
have to finite the finite. So if I don't know, I'll touch on one last thing that helped me. One of my last things was like deleting phone numbers out of my phone. And
yeah, listen, man.
listen, I deleted so many numbers, but I started adding different people to my favorites and calling them every day or texting them every day, and that has given me so much more just strength. In the AM, pushing past myself, and also accountability partners.
Yeah.
Easy,
Right.
Easy, you definitely my right hand man when it come to that.
Same
hold
to
me
you, bro.
accountable
Yeah.
down, man.
Same to
Absolutely.
you,
We
bro.
solid over here.
Hold me down, no cap. But that's the type of stuff we need as a culture, bro. We don't really have too much of that, and I would love for people to tap in because you evolve as a human, and we need that as a culture.
Right.
Yeah.
That's facts, bro. That is factory, man. Like we really need each other. At the end of the day, humans are meant to interact with each other. And it's like when we use the culture for the right way, what it was originally used for, to go back to that same kofa of the cipher being energy, people sharing energy and keeping it up. When we elevate that light of the culture, that's the type of stuff that's gonna live on forever. You know what I'm saying? Like where I want us to be remembered, not just because niggas was spitting bars and niggas was doing on this, because it was like, no, like they provided some structure and they provided an infrastructure for us to really do what we gotta do.
Yeah.
I want to be looked at like that.
They gave us the gems to be able to get to the next point that we needed to for free. Just because we love people.
Genuine love.
Not
man.
because we expect anything back, but just because we want to see people grow.
Yes.
Because the city is fucked up and I want to see people live and I want to see people be happy. Because I
Facts.
don't see that enough.
Yeah, we want to see people push through everything that they are going through. We want to see people manifest and affirm all the things that they truly want. And, you know, for the detox, for me, it's just really understanding that a lot of times, man, we are our biggest opponent. Like when you see the movies and TV shows and nigga gotta fight like the nigga version and they're all dark, the evil version. Like it'd be funny, like, oh yeah,
The nigga version. We can't do that. Everything black.
that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
They did do that. They did do that.
Damn.
The nigga, we can't do that.
That's
Yeah, they call
Not
it
the
and they
nigga
call it the
version.
nigga. They call it the nigga Scott.
You all
Like, no,
blacked out.
that's fucked up.
No, man.
But
why
in general,
why the hockey puck gotta be black?
Right.
That type
Dr.
junk.
Umar
No.
say shit. But no, it's just, but it's always funny. Like when I seen that growing up, like, oh, they're fighting the evil version. But now being older, understanding the symbology of it, like the symbolism of it, like we literally are the ones holding ourselves back.
Yeah.
And a lot of times in these different shows, when the person beats that dark version or whatever of themselves, they get to the highest tier.
Word.
And I feel like, you know, for me doing this little detox and detoxing from these things, that's me fighting that shadow version of myself. And it's like once that nigga is on the ground, nigga, that's it. You feel me?
Yeah.
There's nothing in the way to stop you from ascending and going to where you need to go.
Facts.
And I feel like everybody needs to do that work. Figure out whatever it is on you. What are you doing? Not blame it on your mom, not blame it on your dad, because yes, our environment plays a huge part
It does.
in where we are. But at the end of the day, the responsibility is up to us to do the work that needs to be done to get to that next level.
Right.
Key. And I personally, speaking from a father's perspective, bro, children deserve it.
Yeah.
Without us
Yes,
breaking these certain
man.
curses, man, I realized that was one of my biggest pushes. I don't want my daughter to have the same Faneets I have. So with that being said, it's like it's really up to you to break it, or it's gonna be passed down. And I can't sit there knowing I'm feeding my legacy. Faneet.
Yeah,
You know what
man.
I mean? That's not what I'm here for. To be a king, you know, you gotta have a kingdom and stand strong on your legacy. So, nah, bro. Once again, I want to just say thank you for y'all, bro, because y'all helped me,
Listen, man.
a son, you know what I mean, and push past a lot of stuff. Much love to y'all, man. And the people out there, too, who comment, share, and subscribe. Like, a lot of this stuff has pushed us to the right direction to really, like, show love
just
and
heard it
give
beat.
love back.
No, that's not that.
All right, bet.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But no, man, for real. And just before we end it off, man, like I said, shout out to everybody who's been showing love. You know, we had our first viral clip. It's been dope. The love has been amazing. The feedback has been amazing. Like everything's been dope, man. We appreciate everybody who's been showing love to Faneet the podcast, man. We not stopping. We going full force, and
Damn right.
we can't wait until bring you some of these guests. Oh my lord, this list of guests, man, legendary.
Can't even talk about it.
Can't
bro.
even talk about it yet. But
Pause it here. Yeah. Pause it here, and then we're gonna do like a proper joint. Like we're gonna continue to like
All right,
do like a proper closeout, because I definitely want to say like, yo, like if you have a brand that you want to advertise,
Throw that in there
your
real
clothing
quick.
brand, anything like that you
I'm
want to
mad as shit.
advertise.
My food about to be at the crib, bro. I hope it stays there. If we can.
bro, he might be the crib.
Oh yeah,
Probably is.
Please pray to God Dev's home. Cause you know where we live, man. Them
Hell
motherfuckers.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Wait, he gonna be mad as shit. Whatever nigga on that block gonna be mad as shit.
Pull his green ass shit.
All this fucking grass. Yes, nigga. That's all we eat, nigga. It's like, no. Please be home, dog. Please, I'm crossing my fingers.
Y'all niggas need to get a Ring camera. Like, you bitch ass nigga, I see you about to take my food.
We had one, bro, but it was Faneet. Yeah, it was Faneet.
But yeah, man, we just want to give a shout out, man, to everybody that's been showing love, man. Everybody that's been liking, sharing, everything, man. We do this to provide gaming, to provide value, man. You know what I'm saying? We had our first viral clip, and since then, things have been going up.
Great.
We can't wait to show y'all all the dope guests that we got
Shout out
on,
to
man.
the Flex Space,
Shout
man.
out to Flex Space, Diego the
Shout
plug.
out to Diego the plug.
Big
You
man.
feel me?
Listen,
Absolutely.
man,
Also, while we on it, if you got a clothing brand that's black owned, whatever. If it's you got a clothing brand in the city you want to promote, like, you know what I'm saying, we'll be happy to, you know, wear whatever y'all got.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I rock
DM
my
us
own
directly.
shit. Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
If you need some swanky merch or even house merch, we got that on deck as well.
You can email us directly at faneetthepodcast@gmail.com.
Okay.
We'll put it wherever you figure dummy. But
Yes, sir.
this is episode 3 of Faneet the
No,
Podcast.
episode 4.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is
Episode
episode 4
4
of Faneet the Podcast. We want to say thank y'all. And we are
Faneet.
Faneet.
And that right there is a Faneet.